they say is worth, but wholesomeness is everything any man would ever wish for. Welcome to Edo Executive Platform. This is a platform where we discuss His Excellency's achievements in line with the mega agenda. Guess what? Today, we have a very important personality in our studio today. Personalities, trailblazers in the health education ecosystem. My name is Felix Osagede. For one or two reasons, Sarah is not here, but don't worry, a lot is going to be unveiled for your viewing pleasure. Don't worry, we are going to treat you as usual to some very, very good content as regards information education. Before we invite our guests to the studio this morning, of course, as usual, we'll be dovetailing into our news corner where we talk about happenings within the outgoing week, especially as they relate to government cycle. Today, we'll be talking about just one or two aspects of governance. As our people will say, a mighty hero coexits government, and we tagged it SSG Oge resigns ahead of the gubernatorial election. Of course, you know the former Secretary of State Government, Barrister Osayuki Oge, is vying for the deputy governorship position in the forthcoming September 21 elections. But as the law requires, he must vacate his office ahead of the election. As we speak, that has happened. And Edo State now has a new Secretary to the State Government, the person of Mr. Joseph Ukaigwe. This is Edo Executive Platform. We'll be right back very, very shortly. Please don't go away. Okay, it appears we're having some technical hitches. Talking about the person of Osayuki Oge, we have had a lot of testimonies, but testimonies are still pouring in as regards his kind of person. You know, he's an administrator par excellence and he's a lawyer. Over the years, he has been, doing a lot in terms of governance, and just recently, he decided to take a bow in order to pursue his ambition. And as we speak in Edo State, we have a new secretary to the state government, the person of Mr. Joseph Ukaigwe, former special advisor and former commissioner finance. All right, this is about the size of our news corner. Very shortly, we'll bring you some very important personalities, people that are blazing the trail in the health education ecosystem. This is Edo Executive Platform. Please don't go away. We'll be right back shortly.
Her Excellency arrives at the Edo State College of Nursing Sciences in Benin City, recently renovated by His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki. She is taking on a tour of the institution's library, classrooms, cafeteria, and hostel, and then to the business of the day, the commissioning of the institution's new ICT hub, increasing their computer-based test capacity to over 100 students per sitting.
They will gain much knowledge here. Amen. Apply this for the benefit of
And declaring open a capacity building workshop for the students.
We have Her Excellency, our champion, visiting our school.
Her Excellency charged the students for value for themselves and human lives.
So you all regard yourselves as very vital and important in the work of medicine and looking after human beings, saving lives, healing people. You are God's extended arm of healing to humanity. That's what you are. You are going to be the newest crop in the country, I believe, that would pave the way and shine the light for others. You would produce young men and women here who would see the saving of a life as more important than anything else, than the money. You will not work in hospitals where they would say a patient would come bleeding and dying, they would say, bring money first before they treat you. That must not happen again in our country. Please, it must never happen. God will hold you responsible for any life that dies in your hands, that you were able to save and you failed to save because of either pecuniary benefits or just heartlessness, carelessness, and just not caring.
For these students, a new ambience and a comfortable reading and learning environment has become a reality for them in the heart of Benin City in Edo State.
All right, welcome back. This is Edo Executive Platform. For the emphasis, a lot is happening in Edo State, and in order to carry you along, this program decided to come to you. And for some time now, of course, you can attest to the fact that we have been bringing leaders in EDSG to interact with you as regards governance in Edo State. We have very important personalities in the house, and we're unveiling these personalities. When we say health is wealth, it is also good that we appreciate the effort of those who are educating, people in that sector. That is why we have decided to bring to you key stakeholders in the health ecosystem. I have with me in the house this morning Professor Mrs. Patricia Ukaigwe. She's the Provost, Edo College of Nursing Sciences. Madam, we're glad to have you on the Edo Executive Platform.
Thank you for having me.
All right. We also have in the house another reputable young man, someone who has been blazing the trail in terms of education, health education in Edo State. He is Reverend Osayuki Jackson Obaseki, the Registrar, Edo College of Nursing Sciences. We're glad to have you in Edo Executive Platform.
Thank you very much.
All right. When we talk about College of Nursing Sciences, not many people are aware of what you do. Agreed is an educational institution. A lot of graduates, I know many of them who have, who are doing us proud in Edo State and even outside the shores of the state. Now tell us, Prof, how did it all begin?
Well, for us in Edo State College of Nursing Sciences, it started with the initiative of His Excellency Governor Godwin Obaseki, who have that political will and wisdom to go to define his mega agenda regarding healthcare and education, and he used it to address the issue that we have, that the then School of Nursing that have trained renowned nurses all over the world. The school began in 1954 and all of a sudden lost it as its accreditation and was closed. They weren't training anymore. And so His Excellency came and said, I must reopen this school. And he did the needful and opened us. Rebuilt the school, all the dilapidated buildings, he pulled majority down, built new ones, and put in life in that place. That we are now able to have state-of-the-art College of Nursing Sciences that can compete to anywhere. In fact, if it is not better than some places that we know in the world, that I know personally in the world.
All right. It is not because you are saying it. When you drive through Sapler Road, Limit Junction, that's where you are situated, and you go into that school, you see for yourself the amazing transformation that we have seen, or we are still seeing, in that place. Reverend Osayuki, please tell us more about your call mandate. Every school has every school has an objective. You can have many universities in Nigeria. You can also have some who are, so clear about what they set to achieve or what their mandate is. What is the mandate of Edo State College of Nursing Sciences?
Thank you very much. Ours is very clear. To raise professional nurses for the 21st century. You will agree with me that the nurses we have produced before now we're one of the best we've had in this country. Wherever you go to, you see alumni of Edo State College of Nursing Sciences, then State School of Nursing. They are everywhere. They were doing well. In 2020, the best nurse in New York finished from the then State College of State School of Nursing. And so, when the governor decided to bring back the school, invigorate it with everything needed with human and material resources, it was then necessary to get the right type of leadership, that we train these nurses, equip these nurses to be ready for the 21st century. And one of the things that the governor did that is giving us the advantage above all others is to not just provide a state-of-the-art demonstration room that you have for our nursing and midwifery, but to also inject international content. And that's why we have as the Provost, Professor Ukaigwe, a professor in pediatric nursing from Philly Dickinson University, New Jersey. And that is why we are also affiliated to that university. And that has brought enrichment. We have simulation. Our students are in the labs, and they are being taught from the US. Our faculty members are in Nigeria. They are being taught in the US. We have Lecturio, a learning management platform from Germany, giving our students live videos of everything they are being taught in classes. And they also go there for assignments. So you see that raising the 21st century nurse is our core. And that's why we are premium. We are the most sought after nursing college today in Nigeria by the Nursing and Midwifery Council.
Wonderful. To be honest with you, by virtue of this program and by virtue of the fact that I've been a broadcast journalist for 2 decades, I've been able to interact with many people. The only place or places I see professors managing institutions are at the university level. So when I was told we have a prof managing a College of Nursing Sciences, I said, wow, this is a testament of the fact that His Excellency the Governor of Edo State has a way of putting round pegs around holes. I must commend what you're doing. Now, Prof, there is this dichotomy. I don't want to call it a dichotomy, maybe a difference. Most of us do not know. There is also another school in Edo State, not too far from you, Edo State College of, what do you call it now? Health Technology, yes. Edo State College of Health Sciences and Technology. Now, yours is, Edo State College of Nursing Sciences. What is the difference?
Okay.
Because you all operate within the health ecosystem.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the difference is that for us in the College of Nursing Sciences, we train professional nurses. Those that will finish and get their licensure through the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria in order to practice, to take care of. So we have registered nurses who take the licensure exam after their training. We have the midwives, we have the public health nurses, we have the nurse educators, we have the all subspecialties, accident and emergency nurse, pediatric nurse. So ours is specific nursing. For College of Health
College of Health Technology, Science, yeah.
They have multi-programs.
Okay.
Those people are not nurses, so they have like their pharmacy tech, pharmacy technicians, they have their lab scientists, they have their community health workers, extension.
True, yeah.
They have, so that's the difference. The core difference between us is that for us, nursing is all we do. That's what we're trying to do, to produce bedside nurses.
Yeah, you produce professional nurses.
Yes.
Oh, that's the difference.
We produce and license them through Nursing and Midwifery Council.
Oh, I see. So why the other one is like a beehive of multiple professionals coming together, but yours, you are specifically dealing with the nursing profession. That sounds very, very interesting. Now let's look at the qualifications that that people get when they are through from your school. Registrar.
Okay. One thing we must appreciate this administration for under the leadership of Mr. Obaseki is that first things first, we will notice that there is an ecosystem here.
Yes.
A health ecosystem under the mega agenda.
Yes.
So we are producing nurses to fill into these medical hospitals that we have around Stella Obasanjo, you have Central Hospital in front, and what have you. And looking at all of this, you notice that there's a need for everybody in that ecosystem to have a standard, and that's where we're coming to. So when you finish from Edo State College of Nursing Sciences, if you're doing the basic program, you become a registered nurse.
Okay.
If you're doing midwifery, you become a registered midwife. But you also know we're a monotechnic now.
Oh, that's
yes,
interesting.
we do ND to HND.
Oh, I see.
Yes, we're monotechnic,
Okay.
thanks to the governor.
Yes.
And now those coming in through JAM now, because we're on JAM since last year, they come in, and when they're done, they have their registered nurse, because it's a non-terminal program. You come in through ND and you must finish through HND.
Oh.
It's a non-terminal.
Okay.
So when they are done, they get their registered nurse license, they get their registered as midwives, they get their public health nursing license as well. Then you include their ND and HND to it.
Okay, but it follows every other standard monotechnic or polytechnics. After the ND, they go for 1 year IT, or you don't break yours at all?
No, it continues. After their ND, they do their clinicals.
Okay.
After their clinicals, they continue with their HND.
Okay. Where is the place of industrial training, industrial attachment?
Their clinicals.
Oh, that's what
Their clinicals.
represents your clinicals.
That's their work. The hospital is their workshop.
Oh, I see.
The hospital is their workshop.
Okay.
And they do that.
I know you have hostels there.
Yes.
Do you also admit the prof? Maybe if I don't want to stay in the hostel, I want to be coming from home. I mean, do you have that, or you decide to camp all of them so I can take care of them properly?
No, we don't camp everywhere.
Because
we still have this freedom.
okay,
We have hostels, and those that elect to live in the hostel, they will now apply, and they'll get assigned to a room, and they actually pay for it.
okay,
So they live in the hostel. Those of them that don't want to live in the hostel, they can come from their homes, or as most of our students have done, they rent apartments around the school area, and they can share the apartments with their classmates or whatever. So we have that freedom. All we are mandating for everybody is that when there is class, you must attend class. You come to class, because we are very strict. We take attendance. When it's time for you to do your assignment, you must do your assignment. There is time for you to take exam, you must take the exam. So there is no, yes, we still give room. People will say, oh, why mandate everything? Yes, we still give room for people who are sick or something that causes them not to be able to come to classes, but you must maintain at least minimum 70% attendance in order for us to sign off on your attendance that you have completed the program requirements. So that is what we do.
The bane of education generally in Nigeria is the fact that you enroll for a 4-year program. At the end of the year, you might spend 7-8 years because of strikes here and there, different associations, union. If I come to your school, am I guaranteed of uninterrupted, and seamless education journey?
The answer is yes. And why it's yes is that even if when we are not doing physical instruction or physical activities, we are online.
Beautiful. So you are leveraging technology.
Yes, absolutely. We leverage that. So yes, like for instance, the last strike action they did, the labor union did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were home, but we used technology to continue our instructions. This protesting, yeah, we were home, yes, in some days, but we still, everybody, faculty, students, they know, they go to classes, and we maintain our schedule. So there is no downtime for us.
That's interesting. You know, anytime I pass there, I begin to wonder how is this school sustaining, looking at, you know, the education structure in Nigeria. Now, look at what is happening in your school. Now, no doubt, the wave of transformation has touched you, no doubt. You are even luckier than some of the schools around. I know what I mean. Okay. Now, are you worried about sustainability? Because the governor will not be there forever. As a matter of fact, he has a few months to leave office.
The college has been so blessed. We have the numbers. Like I told you, we are highly subscribed. We've got the numbers. We've got the goodwill. We have an alumni body that is very active and cooperative with the college. And the future, the present governor has put the college in a position where it is able to run without so much issue. You know, we are beautiful. We have everything set up in such a way that even when the college, like Madam Provost said, is closed for strike and all these things, we are working. Financially, the college is stable. The government, in its wisdom, has put everything in place to make sure that we are able to sustain ourselves.
Well, I want to believe that there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to hear from great personalities I have in the studio today, but we must take a break now. When we come back, the conversation continues. I'm still talking with Professor Mrs. Ukaigwe, the Provost, College of Nursing Sciences, and Reverend Osayuki Jackson of Obaseki, the Registrar, College of Nursing Sciences, Edo State. Please don't go away. The conversation continues. This is Edo Executive Platform. Welcome back. This is Edo Executive Platform on EBS Reloaded. Once again, I have wonderful people in the house. I have the Provost at Edo State College of Nursing Sciences, Professor Ukaigwe, and a Reverend Gentleman, the Registrar, Edo College of Nursing Sciences. I'm talking about Reverend Osayuki Jackson of Obaseki. All right. There is no doubt the governor has, shown you a lot of commitment. The governor is so certain about what he wants to do or what he's doing with education in Edo State. Just like you have had the touch of the wave of transformation, if we go to other schools around, they have also, had their own touch. Some are currently, being worked on. If you go to Education Hub in Iyaro, you will know what I mean. Let's, in clear terms, talk about the support of the governor so far, Prof.
First of all, he renovated the entire school, built new structures, new buildings, and everything that he put in, and then gave us classrooms. So I'll start with the classrooms. In the classrooms, we have 4 classroom blocks with 12 classes, and each of the classes is fully equipped with projectors and public address system and everything, instructional materials in there. Then we have the skills laboratories.
Okay.
In the skills laboratory, we have the skills lab, which is our demonstration room for both nurses and midwives, or nursing students or midwifery students. And each of these labs is fully equipped with resources that we can use to simulate skills, anatomical models and all these things. We can simulate skills, and students can actually practice those skills in the lab before they go to the clinical site in the hospitals or the primary healthcare centers. So we have the lab for nursing, we have for midwifery, and currently now, the public health lab, skills lab, is almost completed now.
Okay.
So that we're creating the same thing for them. We also have a general science lab, which we use for our microbiology, our anatomy, physiology, and chemistry. So we have all those things, and these things are fully functional and operational. So now for our library, we have both the traditional library with books and all that, and then our e-library. E-library, we have more than we just started. We have more than 1,500 books.
1,500.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, we do have that. More than that. And then our textbooks, we are growing on that. We have 41 databases. We have journals. We have, and our books, our textbooks are current edition textbooks. Yeah, so we've got those books, and they're current edition books. And so we have our library is open 6 days a week for students. And then they can be there physically. They can log into the library, passport protected as well, and to use the library. So so these are things that we have to support instruction. Both faculty and students do make use of the library, including the alumni when they visit. We have in the library, we have our reprographic section as well, and then we have our binary unit. They can bind books and all that. So, all these things are all the things that you can see in a big library setting, but we do have it in our own. So we are a giant in a sense.
When you were talking about these things, coupled with the fact that we saw some clips, not too long ago, showing on the screen as regards how beautiful your place is, I was just, I was wowed by some of the things that I saw a while ago. I go there, I see some of the things that you are talking about. That brings to an end the controversy that, trade Edo State by some elements. They will tell you Governor Obaseki relocated the library and they put something else there. I will keep saying that whatever, e-library is the way to go. And now you are blessed with both the traditional library and the e-library. And the way it is in your school, so it is in other schools. And Obaseki would not build a school without an e-library. So the man is going about his transformative agenda, and I'm so happy that this is happening. All right, let's talk about your admission processes, because it will not be too good for us to talk about everything that you are having there without talking about your admission process. How do you conduct your admission? When does it happen? And how do you go about it, Prof?
Okay. All right. So, we have 3 active programs, and we've added another 3.
Okay.
So I will start with the 3 active ones. For all admissions, we have from the get-go set up the criteria for admission. And that criteria, we make it up from the mandate that we get from the regulating agencies. So for us, the mandate comes from the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria and the National Board for Technical Education. So so we set that up, and that will include any student that needs to study nursing, regardless of anywhere it is, must have 5 credits. And those 5 credits are English, mathematics, chemistry, biology, and physics. Any other additional credits, that's a plus for the person, but we need these 5 things. So we put it on our website that anybody we're admitting must comply with that. And then we set up our own rules that we have to admit candidates 17 and above. Minimum age for us is 17 years. And the reason we chose 17 is that we don't want to have minors. For you to be an adult, you are 18, right?
Yes.
So giving a minor heavy duty
Academic task.
not academic tasks, to take care of somebody. I
That's
mean, it's
it.
a child, taking care of a child.
Oh.
We don't want that to happen for us, so we make our minimum age to be 17. Now, we have that, and then we set up our admission committee that will take care of the thing, because we have to advertise, we call for the admission, people will apply, and we give our CBT exam. So, because we give the exam to everybody that applied. So after that, after we do the exam, we now look at number of people that achieved 50 and above.
Okay, who made the cutoff mark?
Well, the cutoff mark for each exam is different, depending on how good people perform.
Participated, okay.
We have had previous exams, we have had some exams, our cutoff mark was like 60, we have had 56, we have had one that is 52, so it depends.
Okay.
So we take the cutoff mark and we draw our cutoff mark when we look at the number we need to admit. Nursing and Midwifery Council gave us the mandate to admit 100 students each.
A session?
Each section, each time.
Okay.
So we are admitting twice for the basic program.
Oh, twice a year?
Yes.
Okay.
National Board for Technical Education gave us 120.
Okay.
So in each of these, for us to take that cutoff mark we are taking, we have to kind of be conscious of how many we are taking, and then we'll bring them in for written interview, and then for them to do their documentation. So for those of them coming in through the MBTE, the National Diploma Program that the Registrar talked about before, they must have JAM. They have to write JAM to be eligible for them to apply for that program. So we do that. So people will have to show us when we take a cutoff mark, we invite them back for interview and documentation. So in that documentation, we look at them, we verify their WAEC result, we verify their JAMP result, we verify their age, we verify, and they do a written exam, just a short essay, because we want to know, we want to get a sense of how well they can write.
Is that what is referred to as post-jam? Do you do that in school, in your school? You know, in the normal university system,
UTME.
UTME, they will tell you, okay, you have done that of jam. This one is post-UTME for the school.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah, we do that just for you, just for us to know that you're able to.
Okay, okay, to complement what you have done in your CBT.
JAM is the standardized national exam everybody uses as a yardstick.
For people to come to.
Yeah, however, JAM,
okay.
So, but anyway, so we look at that, and then they do the written for us to know that whether to see how they're able to express themselves.
Exactly.
Okay.
You want to be doubly sure.
and then they do the we ask them questions. You see how they're able to ask. So now all these areas of things. So we now take an average of all of them. They are all weighted, and then we combine all the results and now rank it.
Now, in other words, it is possible for me to pass the CBT exam and not get admitted at the end of the day, courtesy of the exam you eventually write for me, or you want me to write.
It is possible, and it is possible in the sense that depending on how well people do.
Okay.
Remember, I'm only licensed to take 100.
Oh, I see.
And if I reach my quota now, I'm done.
Of course.
Every other person
we have to wait for.
We have to wait for the next admission cycle.
But because you admit twice a year, if I write my JAM, it means if I don't get admission now, that JAM is still valid for the next admission.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Oh, I see.
No, it doesn't work like that. So now we now take that all the people that did well. Okay, we offer provisional admission for the first 100, and then put the rest
on waiting list.
But that our first 100. What we do, and it's a conscious decision of this school, because His Excellency set up this school for Edo State.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so what we decided to do is that of that people that made the cutoff mark after the whole thing is put in, we look at all Edo indigenes.
Okay.
Must get it first.
Wonderful. That's a priority.
Of course, we select all of them. We select all so long as they made the criteria.
Cross that, yeah.
We admit all of them, and then if we have space, we now look at other states.
Wonderful. What a blessing to come from Edo.
Yeah. So far, on the average, we've had like 72, 78% Edo people making it from the first go. So we admit them, and then we prorate other states and use it to make up 100%.
Well, what that simply means is that going forward in the future, we'll have a lot of Edo people, doing marvelously well, health-wise in the country and even beyond. That is visionary. That's a great one. But I'm interested, Osayuki, about the one on the waiting list. Are they going to go through the same process others went through to come in, or if they are on waiting list, you get them in automatically?
No. The admission cycle for the basic program, 2 admission cycle, but for the ND program is once.
Okay, once.
So JAM you come in through JAM once.
Once, okay.
Which is the September-October gates.
Oh, I see.
So you use your JAM once.
Okay.
And it's the current JAM you use to get admission into the school. That's for JAM. But for basic, when you apply for a particular session or cohort and you don't get it, you have to apply
again
for the next.
Okay. Yes. Now, as we
your question for the waiting list, right? For the waiting list, right? We give the first 100 that provisional admission and give them a time frame
Okay.
to send in their acceptance fee and then begin the process of
School in there.
verification. What is it like?
Is there
So-
accreditation?
No. So begin so they begin their process of getting to do their medicals and all that. Okay. So after nearing the end of that time, we send a blast email and messages to those that have not responded,
Okay.
and we expect them to respond. And then if they didn't, we have even gone to as far as calling the Edo, because the Edo indigenes are the ones that we gave that priority.
Oh, beautiful.
We've gone as far as calling them individually to find out, hey, you were given an admission, why didn't you
Sure.
respond? And some of them will tell us, the ones that did tell us that they didn't have money to pay, and through that, the Asian community in Georgia have been able to offer scholarship to
Wonderful.
2 of their children.
Hmm.
So one for the national diploma program and one for the basic nursing program.
Of course, there's a criteria to be made before you qualify for such.
No, well, the criteria is that they got admission.
Okay.
They met all the criteria from the school, and they got admission, and they couldn't pay, and then Asian community offered to pay.
But the issue is this: you have so many people in that category who probably would not have money to pay. So, what is now the yardstick that you use to get the ones that will eventually come in?
Because when we called them, when we called the students that didn't pay, these were the ones that
responded.
that they
Okay.
couldn't pay,
Okay.
and we gave the names to Asian community,
Asian
and the Asian
community.
community graciously
Hmm.
accepted to pay for them.
Wow, this is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Honestly, we are doing well in Edo State.
Yeah.
We have a good story to tell.
Yeah, so they graciously accepted to pay. Now for the ones that we didn't get, because we have to maintain our numbers, we now offered to waiting list, and this waiting list is usually people from other states.
Okay.
So we now put them in.
All right. As we draw the curtain on today's edition of Edo Executive Platform, we cannot talk about the school, talking about how well the governor has invested in the school, without talking about the staffing. You know, you have the numbers in terms of students, but I'm also interested in the number in terms of tutors. Are you short-staffed, or is there anything you think His Excellency should do more now that he's leaving office in terms of staffing?
Well, the governor did everything well for us. Today we have over 180 staff.
For your school alone?
Yes, different categories. When people are saying nurses, they're out of the country, yes, we don't have enough nurses in Nigeria. But Edo CNS, we have been able to put a management system in place where these nurses, they work full-time, and some are adjuncts, and some are on contract. All these things we have in place. In terms of staffing, we are beautiful. Our programs are expanding.
The Jackpot syndrome is not really affecting your school? Is that what you mean?
The Jackpot syndrome is affecting every ecosystem, but we have been very fortunate that we are able, the core of our faculty members, most of them, we're able to get them in as contract, we're able to get them in as full staff, and we're even getting more because our courses are expanding. You just heard from Madam Provost, we have a new department, the public health nursing, and as we speak, our advert is out there for people to apply. We've gotten a large number of people. The Jackpot syndrome will always affect people, but it takes a good management in place to making sure that those gaps are filled, and we're doing that.
And also we created something we call the global faculty, and that we're using to attract those in diaspora
Wonderful.
to come help us to teach. And we've been fortunate, both the alumni and so that's how, yes, our people japa, but we were able to recover.
To manage it.
Yes, thank you.
Well, honestly, I want to believe that you have been having a wonderful time listening and watching us on a Do Executive platform. This is about the size of our package on the program today. Once again, I've been speaking with Professor Mrs. Patricia Ukaigwe, the Provost, College of Nursing Sciences, Edo State, and the Registrar, Reverend Osayuki Jackson Obaseki. I want to thank you immensely for making our time to join us on a Do Executive platform. This is a growing concern. I believe when we knock on your door some other time, you are going to oblige us. All right. This is a Do Executive platform. This is the only place you get to hear what the governor is doing as regards the transformative agenda. All right, next week the program makes a repeat edition, but the repeat broadcast of this very edition comes up on Monday at 2 p.m. My name is Felix Osagede. I say, have yourself a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.